I'm sure it's happened. It's funny, man. The more games you coach, they all kind of jumble up. But it's my job to have an explanation for that. And unfortunately, I don't. I think you guys that have covered me realize I'm pretty candid. Call it like I see it. Always have, always will. It's unacceptable. It starts with me. And I'm going to do my job and try to get it corrected. The only thing that I knew to do at half was just to change the personnel. I've heard Coach Freeze say this, and I'm going to steal it. Is it process or is it people? I think it's absolutely right. Is it something that we're doing wrong and I've got to evaluate that? Or is it the people? Maybe I have them in the wrong place. I got to do a better job. But it's just completely unacceptable. I told our guys, and you guys are supposed to be unbiased, so I'm not asking you to comment, but if you watch us play, you would think we got a group of guys that aren't good guys. They whine, they moan. I don't see really good teammates. You know, your spirit precedes you, and I don't like the energy. And that's not who we are. I don't know what happens when you guys come around or when there's people in the stands. I don't know what happens. I got to figure that out. It's my job.
And you had talked, really the last week or so, you kind of felt like turnovers were getting better.
14 in the first half, 7 in the first 4 minutes of the game set match. Against, not to interrupt you, Neil, but Kermit and I are buddies. I told you that. And we played them in a 3-year series years ago. And as we were preparing for that 1-3-1 and ball goes to the corner, it shifts into a 2-3. As we're preparing for it, I said, you know, this is difficult to prepare for. Maybe we'll do it. So I started using it. So, guys, we go against that every day. The exact same rotations. Ball goes to short corner, we trap it. Ball goes to the corner, we rotate. The exact same thing. We've been doing this since August. Problem is, I got guys that for whatever reason, they just freeze up. The second half, it wasn't a problem because we were attacking. They were running the same stuff. They had the same personnel. We had a different result because we had guys on the attack. I don't know why we came out like that passively. Turned it over 7 times at the first media. What were we down 14-1 or whatever it was. And then you start trying to make home run plays. And it just gets away from you. And to Middle's credit, you take game pressure off. They got a good basketball team. They move the ball. And, you know, we talked about Giddy Potts being a guy that he was a 50% three-point shooter last year. We left him a couple times, and he made us pay. It's hard to come back from, 29 at the half? It's hard to come back from 29. But we had it at 9 with about 6 to play and had some opportunities and, you know, didn't get it done.
You completely turned over the lineup and to start the second half, like you mentioned, you get a 10-2 run. Brian's making plays. Do you kind of evaluate that and say maybe these guys didn't get opportunity?
Yeah, no question. No question. We've got to give ourselves the best chance to win. I think that's what everybody wants. What's our best chance to win? So I've got to evaluate who's playing. I thought Brian was the lone bright spot. I thought Terrence Davis gave us some energy. I made some plays to start the second half to get us back in it. Those guys are athletic. You know, they look like, sometimes we look like we're a step slow. And when you're a step slow in certain spots and you're not scout and report savvy and you're getting back cut at the end of shot clocks, and that tells me I've got to do some reevaluating.
Was there anything you saw in practice that made you think that maybe guys weren't going to be as locked in? Or
you know, I told you, I guess a few days ago, this group is difficult for me to read. Maybe it's because there's just so many new guys. And usually young guys like Brian, for instance, freshmen, you can read them easier because they're going to show you emotionally where they are. When you got a Cullen Neal who's 22 years old and he's been through what he's been through, when you got a DeAndre Burnett who's 22 years old, he's been through what he's been through, you got a Eustace who's, you know, new to this culture, new to this speed of the game. It's hard for me to read them. I don't know if are they locked in or are they nervous, you know. So I'm figuring some of those things out.
You
What kind of
obviously
response did
you
you
obviously
get?
have another really big game on Saturday. What do you do in the 2 days between?
Well, that's a good question, and we're going to figure that out. The positive that I told our team was we play 31 regular season games. I don't think they're going to kick us out of the SEC tournament. They could. It's possible. They'd be worthy if we continue to play the way we played that half. But it gives us 32. That gives us 25 more. You know what? If we win those 25, we're going to have a pretty good year. I'd take 24-1. You? 23-2. Anybody go 20-5? I'd take 20-5. Still opportunities. We got to get better, man. We got to get better. And I will tell you this, and I've used this analogy before. We flirted around with Tennessee Martin. Ooh, lucky to win. We were down 9, same set of circumstances. We were talking about the timeout. I want to say it was almost identical as it related to game clock. 4:38 down 9 against UMass, finish on an 11-0 run. Okay, get pulled over, not that I want to get pulled over tonight, but if you get pulled over sometimes and the cop don't give you a ticket, we've talked about this. You drive slow for about a mile and you don't see him anymore and you speed up. Well, we just got a big time ticket. We're going to do a little time for this. Maybe this will get our attention. We got to play harder. We got to be more locked in. I'm tired of saying, guys, let's go, let's go, let's go. It's unacceptable. We got to change that.
I know you said you can't read this team real well, but what did you see in the locker room after the game?
Better disappointment. It looked as if we'd seen a ghost. I told them what you've seen is yourself. Just seen our reflection. Don't like what we see. We find maybe I should have pulled the mirror out quicker, but it just got pulled out. We've got to adjust. It's my job. I'm going to do my job.
What was that locker room like during halftime for the Bills?
I mean, what do you think? We're down 29. What do you think? I mean, one, I didn't go crazy. I'm not even sweating. This is a nice shirt. I'd be sweating right through it. I mean, what are you going to do? I can't go to the waiver wire. I told them they could all transfer if they'd like. You know, that's a possibility, I suppose. I'm not sure they'd have a lot of takers based on that performance. But we gotta bow up and we gotta fight. Two kinds of people in this world, fighters and flighters. I'm a fighter. Always have been, always will be. Figuratively, literally, I'm a fighter. Which team's gonna fight? Thank you.